Can you be friends with someone you have nothing in common with? To clarify, in common means shared interests, activities, experiences, and the like.
I mean,
Ah.
I think so. In a way. I mean,
I think so too.
okay.
It
I mean,
might be
one
bit
of
more difficult.
yeah, like I guess for example, I'm still really close to one friend from high school, although we don't really have many or really any shared interests anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're really into stuff like DC, Marvel. I'm more into stuff like anime, American cartoons, random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still good friends. We still talk on the regular. It is harder to like keep up a friendship when you don't really have things in common to talk about, for sure. But it's possible.
I guess.
You talk less about things and more about experiences and activities, maybe.
Yeah, I guess I like that from making new friends, actually. Like, they experience what I haven't experienced, and I want to know all about that.
Yeah, like, I like hearing my friends talk about whatever the heck they are interested in at the moment, because I think it's fun to learn this stuff that I had nothing about.
Yeah.
I mean, before stream, I was info dubbing about Guilty Gear.
Yeah! Yeah, exactly! And I know nothing about Guilty Gear.
Yeah. I'm like, come play with me. Kick your ass's Testament in May.
Like, I think stuff like sharing interests and activities and experiences can be pretty fun. It can build bonds pretty well.
And also, if you're willing to listen to someone talk about their interests, that is going to mean a lot to the other person.
Yeah.
True that, yeah.
It does.
Shared interests, huh? I wonder if like shared belief and value is also part of shared interest.
It could be.
Right. So what if...
I mean, they also had and the like at the end, so it could be really anything.
Yeah, but what if... That means, like, what if they have different beliefs from you? And values and stuff. Maybe it's opposite.
That's a whole other question, honestly.
It's like a whole can of worms.
Okay.
That's the point of this podcast, okay?
Of course.
Identifying as a minority, I guess. If you are... I know that there's a lot of like trans laws changing in America at the moment, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you are trans and you are friends with someone who's going to be like, yeah, I love these new laws coming in, making it illegal to be trans. That's like, no, you're violating
like,
I shouldn't exist.
You're violating my rights, buddy.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
That I don't know how people could do that, because I know there are some people who do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how people could do that. I would not be friends with anyone who is transphobic or homophobic or anything like that, because I am the most like I don't look it because like I have my natural hair color and I'm very like I'm feminine, like I'm very femininely presenting, but bitches look at my online persona and be like, man, that's a genderless, polyamorous, non-binary, gender fucked up bitch with pronouns right there. Like, I'm probably like very anti a lot of like extreme people.
Yeah.
Like, I am an extremist's nightmare.
I do know
definitely...
someone. Oh, sorry, Snail. You go first.
It definitely depends. It definitely depends on what the beliefs are about. Like,
yeah.
If it's like, I don't know, stuff like economics, things
religion.
That I don't know. Yeah, like I don't really mind, you know. But if it's like about human rights, whether someone's allowed to exist or not, then it can become a issue.
I
guess, yeah.
I once was started talking to someone, and we had a chat about like a religion because I realized they had a Bible verse in their bio. And like 'cause I was raised Christian and like I went to a Baptist school, so obviously I still remember a fair amount of like biblical studies and stuff like that, and I still find it quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh, you're Christian. I'm just letting you know I'm pagan. Like I choose I very specifically chose not to follow the Christian God."
True.
And they're like, "Oh, that's okay. I just hope that even in your final moments you return to Christ." And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I was like, basically, hope, like, say that I hope I convert so I don't go to hell in the end.
Yeah.
Like, it felt a bit like backhanded. So like, there's that, and then I've got my normal friend group is we have a couple Christians, a couple pagans, some people who don't believe in anything. Like, we're a real mixed bag over there.
In a way,
Yeah, Ellie in chat just said people love to make us Christians look real bad.
yeah, to be
And
honest, yes.
unfortunately, that is true. Yeah, Meli, you're also
It is
Christian.
unfortunate.
Yeah,
For me,
I don't
it's
know if I
like,
snail.
in a way, I mean, I grew up in like a Christian school before, and then yeah, it's kind of crazy because the school has a Bible studies teacher, and I remember him saying that if I put a naked man and woman in front of this class, they're gonna have sex, kind of thing. Now I'm like,
Yeah, that's weird.
yeah, it's very weird. It's stuck in my mind until now because it's very weird, and he looks like he really believes that, but yeah, I don't know. And
boy.
like,
I think George just needs to get in touch with his sexuality a little bit more.
I know, right? And it's like, for me, I think, at least based on the people I know, there is one that's like legit homophobic to the extent that I remember there's this time of the year, I think it was last year or 2 years ago or something, where who's Superman was being shown as queer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she or he, my friend, legit went to the like some kind of Instagram account for the comic book fans, and they really preach about how, like, you know, people nowadays choose the world two ways and stuff. In a way, as a Christian, I kind of get that, you know, our mission is somewhat to like spread the news, but then like I feel like spreading the news
Some
doesn't
people
equal
spread the
judging,
wrong news. Yeah.
right?
Some people spread the wrong news.
And then sometimes it's like this. So basically, when basically that friend went on a rant to me about that topic, and I was like, dude, I mean, yeah, sure, it's better if everyone can go to heaven, no? But at the same time, it's like, aren't you doing the same thing that you don't like from, let's say, your parents? Because like you're just doing your own thing, and they don't understand, they don't try to learn, and they just come to you and be like, hey, you suck, something like that.
Well, then there's also the fact that being gay is not a sin.
I mean, well, I don't know. I tried to look into it. On the Bible, they did say something that it's something along the line to sin. Oh, Snail disappeared again. No!
Okay, I would like to delve a bit into this.
Okay.
Because I've also done like my
Snail is back.
now.
Am
I've also done like a fair amount of research, and there's so many mistranslations with like the big lines that people bring up in like their homophobia. They're like, it's a sin because this line said man should not sleep with a man. But
Oh, yeah.
It's like man shall not lie with boy. It's a anti-pedophilic, like pedophilic line. Like it's not gay. It's not anti-gay. It's anti-pedophiles. And stuff like that. There's a lot of like issues with people who just go, oh, it says this, okay.
Yeah. And sometimes
I feel like everyone do your research before you get into things, because being gay and sexuality and all that is a very fluid subject and concept, and I mean, according to those kinds of Christians, lions are going to hell, octopus are going to hell, cats are going to hell, every other animal on the planet is going to hell. Like, you know,
In a way,
it's natural.
mm, in a way also, in terms of religion and stuff, there is always people like the pastors or like the mega church preacher or whatever. They always take things. It's like literature, you know. You can take one sentence and like make your own context, right?
Exactly. Out of context.
And sometimes
But
it's
yeah,
easier for people to just believe in something and preach it rather than delve into it. Because challenging one's belief is a very tough,
that is tough.
yeah,
It is very tough.
tough thing to do.
Yeah, everything's going to hell. Yes, it is trash. We're all going to hell.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Personally, I don't believe in hell, but that's a topic for another day.
yeah, I feel like it should be another episode. Like a whole
we can
episode
have a
for that.
religious discussion. We can have a religious discussion another time.
Yeah, we should make. I think we should totally make an episode on that. To be honest, it's
It might be interesting,
controversial,
yeah.
but sorry.
It is very controversial.
But yeah, I mean we are on the internet, so
Yeah.
And for me, I guess in the end, when it boils down to this question, right? Like, can you be friends with someone you have nothing in common with? In terms of like extreme beliefs, right? I feel like it's more of what actions they take following that belief. Yeah, someone might believe like, oh yeah, gay people might go to hell and stuff like that. But they can choose not to be an asshole about it, I think. Or is that too... or am I putting that too lightly?
Okay. I feel like gay people are going to hell, and like if you think that and not outwardly express it, it's still kind of mean. Like if I don't know, if one of my friends were like, "Oh yeah, I'm cool with you, but like gay people are weird, like they're going to hell, guys." Like, sorry. Like if that happened, I wouldn't know how to react. I would be very upset. I'd be so upset.
But in the end, that means that friend is still expressing it, no?
Yeah, but it's still like a okay. This is very
It's a difficult topic.
It's a difficult topic. It is. So, okay. Hypothetically, I have a friend who I get along well with, and you know, we're buddies. And one day we're having a discussion about religion, or like about gay rights, maybe, or something. And because I am very publicly out as LGBT, so like they know that I am gay, and they know that I am trans, and all this stuff. So this hypothetical friend, if we're having a talk about gay rights, I guess, they go, "Oh yeah, damn gays, they're going to hell." I'm gonna go. God,
I'm gonna be like, excuse me.
Yeah, like, it's like, I'm gay, so I would probably be very confused first.
Yeah.
So,
I guess they're putting their beliefs first before the friendship, I would say.
well, in that case, I guess they're putting their friendship before. Like, if they're friends with me and still think I'm going to hell, they're putting their friendship before, their religion there. But then, if they then go, "Oh yeah, like you're cool and like I respect you as a person, but I don't agree with your choices." That line of "I don't agree with your choices," I heard it so much in high school. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking strangle you.
Yeah.
I've heard it so many times.
In a way,
oh, God.
it's tough because like just like how they cannot be thought police to what the LGBTs are doing, we cannot really like, you know, be a thought police on them too. So I thought the silver lining will be if they don't say it out, or they don't become like, "Oh yeah, I'm better than you," because like y'all are going to hell, it's gonna be better. But I guess it's not.
Yeah, well, okay. I think like there's a difference between thought policing and being friends with someone who thinks you're a sin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gone.
So back to the hypothetical friend. If they were like, I don't agree with your choices, my next response would probably be like, you think I choose to do this?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
'Cause-
didn't choose to have like 5 identity crises in a row. It's just something that happened and something that I figured out about myself. It's just how I am.
Yeah.
Like it's a mental health thing as well. It's these things caused me to be sad, so I fixed that.
In a way,
Yeah.
Especially with
It's
dysphoria, like
how do I say this? In a way, in Christianity, we are taught not to judge people.
yeah.
But at the same time, apparently, I haven't read into this, by the way. I only say this based on what that friend of mine told me. That we're also told to so-called judge people or something. I don't know. For me, I mean, I'm straight. I'm religious. There you go. I'm like, the straightest person.
You're a cis-het married woman
Oh, there you go.
who is also a Christian. So
Yeah, and like for me, it's like, how do I say this? I mean, I'm not trying to defend myself or anything, but not
you and me, like you versus me, Meli, and then me versus Snail, and then Snail versus Meli. We all have very different identities and very different paths that we've walked.
right.
And like the Christian, like the Christian truth, like the mission is to spread the love,
Yeah.
spread the kindness.
Yep.
And I guess for some people also spread the truth with trying to I convert is the only word.
And to be
I'm
honest,
sorry.
I mean, I've been going to church recently, but it's not the local church. I go for this online one, and their common topic currently is that, to, let's say, believe in Jesus, you don't need to be a Christian.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it, I
Yeah.
guess, because, like, in the end, the whole, like, sure, judging people is something that's bad, but it just happens in our head. But it's like what you do with the
It's
judgment and, like,
It's human nature. It happens by accident.
but it's like,
Yeah.
the whole, like, I'm mightier than you. I mean, in the Bible, there is always a story of, like, religious people acting higher than Jesus, and you know what happened to them in the end. So, like,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
didn't he fucking flip the shit out of a temple once?
Yeah. I think I don't know. I haven't.
That's a great story. I love my favorite part of the Bible is when Jesus flips the table in a
Yeah.
temple.
that's because people are using, like, the temple as a place to, like, have profit and stuff. So, like, they're trying to gain profit from from religion
I
and
think
stuff.
it was a shop.
Yeah.
There was like the shops in a
Yeah, and
temple.
there's like a gambling parlor or something, like low-key gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Indian, yeah, sure, God wants us to be righteous, but at the same time, if you're judging people and if you're telling people, oh, you're going to hell because you don't do things the way I do, what's the point of Jesus coming to the world? In my head, like,
Yeah.
In my chat, I just had Ellie say it's wild that people hyper-focus on the idea of, quote, saving people, brackets, converting,
yeah,
but ignore the whole aspect of unconditional love, humility, and not using religious as an excuse to be helpful.
yep, exactly.
Like, there's the people who hyper-focus are like, oh, if you're not Christian, you're going to hell, you're gonna die, blah, blah, blah. And they, by trying to spread this, as an excuse to be hateful, not an excuse to be helpful. So they're using religion as an excuse to be bad people, mean people. But that, yeah, again, that's using, if you're saying, like, back to the gay topic, like, if you're using religion as the excuse, that is using religion as an excuse to be a hateful person. But yeah, I feel like it's more important to focus on the unconditional love and humility and stuff like that. Because okay, I believe in a higher power, but I choose to say that I follow Apollo instead. But the way I worship and my message that I try to give is pretty much the same as that kind of Christian flavor. That flavor of Christian, with just trying to be a good person and be nice and spread the love. But I just choose to say that I am not a Christian and that I follow Apollo because that's more a
That aligns more to your
it
beliefs?
aligns more with myself. Yeah, it's because it involves health and it involves the sun and music and medicine and all these connections that you make. So it's just a little bit of a different way. There are people who worship God, like capital G God, in a pagan way where they have the altar set up, they have the divining tools and all that kind of stuff. There's many different ways to worship different gods and even the same gods. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very big topic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say on it because I'm not really a religious person.
Oh.
Like, not fully atheist or anything, but I'm not specifically religious, I guess.
You like agnostic, where it's you
I
believe
suppose,
in a
yeah.
possibility, but you don't believe in a
Yeah.
True.
type.
It's kind of like I don't know. I just respect other people's what they believe to be true.
You just be
'Cause-
nice.
Yeah. Just be respectful to each other. Don't hurt each other. Be kind. Be
Yeah,
respectful.
Follow the law.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of what's important, you know? Just be a good person, regardless of what your religious beliefs are.
True. So I guess we can still be friends with someone we have nothing in common with, but how they respect the boundaries, they respect, how they treat us matters. Yes.
Very much so.
Shall we go to the next one?
Yeah.